Hey everyone, this is Rachel. Thanks for clicking on my video. And I came in today to talk about that damn stupid ass Kanye West. I know by now that all of you have seen or heard about the statement that he made on TMZ, where he said, for 400 years, if we were in slavery, that it sounded like it was a choice to him. Y'all, when I watched that little snippet that TMZ played and what he said and how that other young black man got him together, I looked at Kanye's face when he was saying it. And before this, I did a video about Kanye, with the last thing that he did, with the Trump shit. And I had said that I thought Kanye was trolling us, that he was doing all this just to keep his name out in the media, to keep folks talking about him. But when he was standing there and saying that shit, I said to myself, you know what? This boy truly believes this. He believes that he's really saying something, that he has some thought process that is above the average person, above the average black man. And in that moment when I realized that this boy probably truly believes all that shit that he's saying, it further lets me know that he needs mental health shit right away. Like I said in my last video, someone needs to take him somewhere and check him in to the best mental health facility that his money can buy, because he has lost his fucking mind. When you talk about someone being in a sunken place, Kanye is definitely deep down in the fucking sunken place. He is surrounded by rich, pampered white women. Now, they might be Armenian, but here in America, just the color of their skin, they are white. Kanye has forgot, like I said in my last video, what it's like to be the average black person. Black people out here, especially in today's America, we're suffering. There's a lot of shit going on. There are a lot of people that are afraid. They're afraid of the police. The very people who are tasked to protect us, we are afraid of them, because it's like they're killing us one by one and getting away with it. I think about the slaves that died fighting to get away, to get to freedom. They have got to be in their graves spinning when they heard what Kanye said. When you take yourself back, just close your eyes for a moment and think about being in your own country, a country where you are king. You're walking around in your daily life, doing your normal daily things. And then all of a sudden, some slave catcher comes along and snatches you away from everything that you know, throws you in the belly of a ship, barely feeds you. You're down there throwing up all over yourself and anyone else who's chained to you. You're using the bathroom on yourself time after time. You're not being allowed to bathe. And you're laying there wondering, what is this place? Where am I going? Where are they taking me? And then you're brought up from the belly of that ship into the sunshine. And you look out and the land looks strange. The people look different from everything that you know. The trees, the animals, everything. They speak a different language. They're pushing you, prodding you. And then they put you on this block. And you start hearing them speaking. And then you realize that you are being sold. And then you go to a place called a plantation. And you are forced to work. You're beat. You're working from sunup to sundown. Children that you bear with someone that you mate with are taken from you. You're treated less than an animal. And this goes on for 400 years. Everything that you love, You're afraid to love it because you don't know when it could be taken away from you. This is slavery. And he says that this is a choice. This is something that we chose. We didn't choose that. And for him to say that, just like that young man told him, I'm just deeply, deeply upset. Just the fact that he could utter those words. And I was listening to D.L. Hughley today. And D.L. Hughley said the moment that Kanye said that, all the white people in America who felt a certain kind of way about black people were saying, see, I told you. You know, they choose to feel like we're treating them inferior. You know, they always are playing that black card. And you see what I mean? Kanye is right. You know, it's a choice for those type of people. It's a choice for those people. Kanye just played into their hands. He is the ultimate Stephen Fletcher. I cannot get over him. I cannot even understand what has happened to his fucking brain. You know, I cannot even understand what he thinks about when he stands in the mirror every day. The only thing I could come up with is, like I said, he's surrounding himself with those rich, pampered women who are famous for just being famous. Sometimes I wonder, when you have surrounded yourself, you know, with in that type of lifestyle, does Kanye take his children to the Martin Luther King statue there in Washington? Does he take his children to the African American Museum that just opened, last year? Did he take his kids to this new thing that they're showing that pays tribute to all the black people that have been lynched during slavery and Jim Crow? Does he talk to them about their history, how they came to be in this country? Or has he adopted the lifestyle of those Armenian bitches that he's around all the time? You know, when you sell out to this degree, you have got to be a pretty hollow human being. Because I don't care what's going on in my life. I don't care where I am. I know that I'm a black woman, and I'm proud to be a black woman. I don't have no shame in who I am. All I want is to be treated fairly in this country. I want my children, especially my son, to be able to walk freely without the fear that if he crosses the street wrong, or if he looks wrong, or sits wrong, or speaks wrong, that he's subject to be killed on the spot. I want him to know freedom in this country. There have been so many black people murdered, brutally murdered, from the moment that we stepped in this country. You know, we went through 400 years of slavery. We went through Jim Crow. We went through the Civil Rights Movement. We have been fighting since the moment we got here. I'm going to tell y'all something. Don't never feel less than. We are some of the strongest people, because think about it. If we were able to withstand and endure everything that I just mentioned, and we're still standing, and we're still fighting, what does that tell you about our people? To be brought to a country in the belly of a ship, and then to toil out in fields and be beat and all of that. And even with all of that, here we are today. I'm not going to say we have arrived, but we have overcome quite a bit. And we didn't do it sitting, we did it fighting, dying. I think what Kanye said on TMZ, it's a shame for our ancestors. They are ashamed of him. It's a slap in their face. It's a slap in the face of all those people who died fighting for us to enjoy the freedoms that we have now. To say that what we endured was a choice, was a choice. I can't even imagine where he found the gumption to utter those words. And when he went home after saying that, was there a moment that he sat and truly thought about what his words meant? Did he ever consider when that young man came back and told his ass off and got him straight, did he ever consider the words that the young man said? That young man was so eloquent when he took Kanye down and took him to task. And he told him that he was deeply hurt by the words that Kanye was saying. That he didn't believe that Kanye actually cared anymore, or that he was playing a game, and this game that you're playing is not funny to the average person out here. This is our very lives. This is what we go through every day. We go through it in our jobs. We go through it when we go to the store. We go through it when we're walking down the street, driving down the street. It is not easy because we are not still totally free to be who we are. If you were listening to D.L. Hughley this afternoon and D.L. Hughley spoke, it was so beautiful. He talked about how even to our schools are inferior. Everything about, what we go through is inferior. When we're on the jobs, we get paid less. When we go through stores, we're followed. Do you know what it feels like, people? We know what it feels like. Every one of us has had that one time when we knew that we were being discriminated against, or someone was treating us a certain way just because of the color of our skin. I always felt like I was a queen because I was taught some of the history of my ancestors. And I also am a student of history. So what I wasn't taught by my family, I sought out. And I understand that we are a very strong people. And that continent that they call the dark continent, a lot of black people don't want to be associated with it. If you bring it up, they'll talk negative about Africa. That is our homeland, whether some black people like it or not. And I am also following the story of some of the South Africans fighting to get their land back. Those are our people over there. For Kanye to say that, y'all, it makes me look back over history, our past in this country. And it makes me feel sorry that some people died for us to be free. And you got a fool like Kanye West talking shit about the legacy that those very people whose shoulders we all stand on. We're all, even in your everyday, even in our everyday small little lives, we're not mega superstars. We don't have all the money in the world, but we stand on the shoulders of all those people that died for us to be able to go do the jobs that we do now, to be able to live where we kind of want to live. There's still places that we can't go, but we've come a long way. And it's because of all those slaves, all of those people that went through Jim Crow, all of those people that went through the Civil Rights Movement. Y'all don't forget. Don't forget. Don't forget. Those slaves, their dreams, their very dreams were us, were the lives that we're living now. Imagine at the end of the day when they came in from the fields and they were putting their little scraps together and they were just thinking, they were dreaming about freedom, to be free, to be able to do and go wherever they want, to work when they wanted to work the jobs that they wanted to work. We are their dream. And for us to say anything negative or throw shade at the struggles that they had, like Kanye did, is almost obscene, y'all. It's almost obscene. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with this boy. But I wish he'd go somewhere, and I'm going to say it again, and sit his simple ass down and quit talking shit. Because when he said that, believe me, it was a certain segment of the white community that ate that shit up. They were saying, see, I told you. Kanye West, he's a prosperous black man. And he believes they're always complaining too that, it's a choice. The lifestyle that you have, it's a choice. It ain't no choice. We are still suffering the damage of systemic racism in this country. I don't care what job you do, y'all, I'm gonna tell you. I've been in some of the swankiest places, some of the biggest companies. I was just a little person working there. And y'all, they treated me as such. There were times that I felt so alone. I, like my daughter said, at times was the only chocolate chip in the bag, meaning that I might have been on a floor of white people and I was the only black person there. And I felt it, y'all. And the reason why I know I'm not one of those Uncle Tom stepping Fletcher ass kissing coons is because during every day, every 8 hours that I spent at those jobs, my blackness was right at the tip. I never felt blacker. And even though I felt uncomfortable, I still was proud of who I was. I never tried to assimilate into their world. I felt like, take me as I am. I'm a black queen. I'm here with your white ass, and I'm working my ass off. I'm not here on no affirmative action. I'm here because I've worked my ass off, and I deserve to be here just like you do. Kanye West has pissed me the fuck off, y'all. He has pissed me the fuck off because there's a whole bunch of black people out there. I call every black person my brother and sister because we are. We don't know if we're related, so I just call everybody my brother and my sister. I know y'all out there working y'all asses off. I know y'all out there contributing to this country, helping to keep this country afloat by the work you do with your hands. I also know that you're out there suffering, that you go through shit that sometimes sets you back. But I also know that you're proud to be who you are. See, Kanye is not proud of who he is. He cannot be to say statements like he said on TMZ. What kind of pride can you have when you didn't take the time to understand the history of your ancestors and that shit like that, being a slave, was not a fucking choice? Y'all, I don't know. But for me, this is the end of the video because the more I talk, the more I'm getting angry and the more it'll make me stumble on my words because it's beyond me for someone to say that. I am more pissed at him saying this than him wearing that fucking red and white Make America Great Again hat. This pisses me off more because I cannot help but to think about our ancestors and what they endured for us to be where we are today. With that, y'all, please leave your comments down in the comment section. Tell me what you think about what Kanye said. I don't know. He is truly no longer invited to the cookout, y'all. He can't even come on the street where the cookout is fucking being held at. As always, y'all, thank you for watching my video. I'll see you guys in the next one. And as I always say, please stay safe out there because it is open season on people that look like you and me. Take care now, y'all. Bye-bye.